Hi, and welcome to another version of Solution Wolf. My name is Scott Keeler, and today we're going to talk about the self reliance factor. Now, what we're going to be talking about is the fact, we've talked about education and where people are at when they get out of college, what they want to do for getting a job. And too many times, too many people don't they what they have happen is they start to depend on too many other factors, too many other things to get them through. Now I will say that welcome to, the 21st century, and in this age, probably a lot of new and created jobs and income is going to be is in the digital marketing field. It's going to be created online, e-commerce, ebooks. Um, there's a whole digital marketing stream of things out there, and this is, going to be some skills and technologies that are going to be vital for people to move on. Let's face it, as time goes on, robotics are probably going to take over a lot of the manual labor that a lot of us have done, or a lot of us have depended on for so many years to get us through. And now everything is now in the information age. So a real critical component of, say, colleges is what they fail to do is they fail to help an individual understand the the challenges of life that is out there. Basically, what college does is train you to get a good job. Well, the fact of the matter is we are going to be returning to a cycle when most people are going to start to be their own business owners. Now, the beginning of the century, most of the people that grew up lived on a farm of some sorts. Most people were individual business owners per se, because that's what they did. They had to live and survive, and they owned a farm. But then more and more people went to factories. That became the end all be all, is to get a job. And as time progressed, of course, it was, people thought, if I can just have my kids get into a better position than I am, and we're talking a better position financially. Unfortunately, we haven't spent a whole lot of time getting them into a better position, uh, mentally, physically is starting to take hold. There's starting to be a lot of advocacy for people to get physically fit, and that, I think the next phase that we're going to see is in that world of emotion. The suicide rates is skyrocketing crazy, and part of it is with the helplessness of people that feel like they cannot be self-reliant. They feel helpless. They feel helpless in their emotions. There's so many things, that I could expand for hours and hours talking about this, but people want the satisfaction inside of knowing if something happens, I can take care of myself. And we've seen more and more women approach this apex, so that if something happens to them in a relationship, they're just not blindsided, and they can take care of themselves. And it's unfortunate that our society has come to this point, but that's the fact of the matter. And what I am here to do is to point out a few things, so that if you're listening to me right now, you let some of these things sink in. Whether you agree with me or don't agree with me, there are some things that are happening right now. And one of the biggest opportunities of this, probably this century, is for us to re-examine our education and have people go back into where they're being their own boss, creating their own income. And most people can do that now with the event of digital marketing. A lot of people have found that working from home is going to be, one of the big aspects of doing a lot of stuff. With this pandemic, we have learned that a lot of teaching can be done at home. There's a lot of jobs that can be done at home. The challenge that we're going to face is how do we become people again and socially interact? When we go to school, a lot of us went to school and it helped us become people in the sense that we would interact with lots of other different children as we grew up, young adults, and a lot of people went to college just so they could, attain the ability of how to cope with people that were different from them, that were the same as them, or all in between, come up with different situations, and learn about some of the stresses of life. Now we're going to have to find a different way to do this. But I stray from the matter at hand, and that is self-reliance. And I want to just point out that everyone that's looking at this, I highly encourage to take a look at the field of digital marketing, e-commerce, the whole aspect of creating an income online. And one of the top institutions I'll promote unashamedly is the one that I did all the studying from. That's called Entre Institute, and I will be promoting that quite a bit because I think they have done an outstanding job. And it's taking people that wherever they want to be in life, that they know that they can exceed. They can exceed as much as they want, and that will give a lot of them the time and the energy to devote themselves to some of the more bigger issues that we have at hand. But bottom line is we got to solve the problem of income first for most people. And that's where I will be going. And so I hope you stay tuned for this series. I'm part of a company called Solution Wolf, where we find solutions helping you through your obstacles. All right. And I look forward to talking to you again. See you later. Bye.